interested to see who comes out on top here, but potentially Bad News Eagle with the momentum of the previous map. I might give them a slight edge, and the knife has already been concluded. We've got the Bad News Eagles on the CT side. Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion of your grand final starts right here, right now, and of course the Julies are out. Synopsy this time with those. He had a fantastic performance in the previous map. Zantares leads the charge towards the A ramp, and as mentioned, you'll see the T-Forces challenging this side of the map time and time again. Here comes the first frag.
Oh, it's going to go Synopsy's way. What a beast, as you mentioned. Let's see if he can get more here in the pistol. Synopsy slips out, spots out Major, starts to rattle shots and does a lot of damage, but no kill. And that's the 4v4, re-established the equilibrium once more present, and more makes the difference here, puts them in front.
They've pumped the brakes here as well, not fully committing. No chaos just yet. One flat row, holds towards short. GXX joins him as well. Still have two smokes, two flashbangs on the T side with the man advantage, but they've taken a lot of damage en route. What's the finishing play here? Posturing. Outside A for now. Making their way up the ramp, and they'll smoke left and right, flash over. Try to get that plant that have made footsteps here as well, so GXX knows it's coming, calls for the rotations.
GXX hops up on top. Sees a little bit, but not taking much here.
Oh, no.
And onto the side, Calyx has got a headshot. The bomb plant does come in.
No.
GXX descends, nearly gets away with a low HP player onto X-Floud, and he will do it. GXX with a hero pistol, and that's Bad News Eagles with Vertigo's first round.
Absolutely massive there. GXX even with a few missed shots there, going for the reload, recovers, absolutely obliterates him there. The leaping shot off the boosted boxes, but it all started here with the dual elites. The man advantage, though, went in favor of Eternal Fire. Major goes down and just didn't have the resources to pull that one off. Saneri joins in as well. GXX MVP performance there in the pistol as he actually pulls out the AWP in the second round, Inco.
The second round. Here we go. Let's see what GXX has got in store for us. We've seen Bad News Eagles win so many pistols, but none that have led to a second round alt purchase.
Yeah, this is wild. Whenever I've seen this in the history of commentary, like this always falls apart. Whenever the second round AWP comes out, you think, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and it just seems to fall apart. But well, I think I'm quietly confident for him. Towards B we go this time. Zantares, the danger man. Boosted over. B main and going to slowly snake his way in. Looking for this opening frag, and his one bullet accuracy is absolutely brutal. Flashbang deployed. You know he's going to be converting this one. Apparently not substantial damage, but he goes down.
That's unfortunate, and that's double up. Well, double up kill, rather. Zantares and Major taken out. The second round AWP, certainly a surprise, I'm sure, to Eternal Fire, but it's done a lot of the heavy lifting.
Okay.
But X-Floud's found a kill on Rigon and picked up a rifle.
They are back in the round here, Dinko. If Amor can get out with the rifle, this goes either way. Oh, big frag, Synopsy, well positioned. Now just leaving Amor, but damage has been done. He's got time to work with and a helmet. Yep. On his back.
AK-47 in his hands. 100 HP. He'll climb up the stairway. 35 seconds. Has some time to be methodical about this. Clearing all of the angles in front of him.
Now they can let him plant here. They don't have to give too much away. The retake with the 3-on-1 should be a lock-in. Good Molotov will grant the plant at the very least.
Oh, he's going for it all here. He's faked and swung, tried to pull it into the 1v1, and here's Synopsy coming down into the stairway. And not going to be working out for him there. More hands on the head.
Yeah. Interesting, didn't go for the straight up bomb there, Dinka. That's quite a substantial fact, actually, considering like now they'll be pretty much full eco. Not going to have the injection of cash from the plant. Nice flank coming in from Synopsy to deny it all. 2-0 should be the full eco as well. We'll see if they invest anything here. It's going to be Tech-9 Deagles. No armor, just one flashbanger to try and get a plant down here if possible. Trying to explode on towards a bomb site potentially. We'll see which way they're inclined. Rigon gets nice and close down to the bottom of scaffolding here. One flat throw just looking to cause nade damage towards middle. And they might claim full control of the bottom of the A ramp here. That's a strong smoke, the Molotov to flush them out, and it almost funnels them in towards the B bomb site. Knowing there's an AK on the other side here, Incredibly powerful maneuver. Overwhelming. You're pretty much done for if you try and go through that now. So yeah, have to go B.
Yeah, you gotta look for your chances elsewhere, and perhaps it's on the B-bomb site. Scenario, just tapping through the wood. And somewhat close to a couple of chances here. The pistols do climb over the top. Imora, the first victim of round 3. And Scenario might be set up to get a bit more here. He's pushing closer and closer to them. Flash goes over the top, and that's what you love to see. Nice and clean for the Bad News Eagles, always together. You know, we look at how they react and how they communicate with each other, even when Scenario was having a bad first map. It's a very family-oriented unit, it feels like. And you look at this team, they pretty much have become a family over the last few years. You look back at over 2 years ago, at the last time we were talking about Vertigo being played between these two teams, same team that Bad News Eagles are rocking.
It's very rare these days, isn't it?
Yeah, and think about how much they've done since then, since 2021.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. So, first real gun round here. We'll have everything we need. AK-47s across the board. AWP for GXX, he's at 5-0, the Immortal right now. And probing towards B. Baiting our utility. Major happy with what they've done. Forced out a couple of smokes. They'll start to coordinate themselves back towards the A ramp, but Rigon had such an epic performance on Mirage. He's willing to fight this one as well. This is all in position. No retreat. Have to hit your shots.
Smoke's fading away. It reveals Xantara soon, surely. There's another one down just for the time being, but he's phasing the smoke. The head comes up. Rigon reacts faster, and he's got the first kill, but he fumbles. Luckily, Synopsy's there to back him up. Doesn't leave him in the open, and the kills keep coming here for Bad News Eagles. It's just xCloud left. Missed shot on the swing, but Synopsy should be getting this one, and they will clean it up.
Didn't even have to break a sweat there, Dinko. That was way too easy for them. Rigon with that combative position, waiting for the smokes to fade, and what a scalp he takes to open things up. Xantara didn't know what hit him. The double up from Synopsy as well, so much damage output. And GXX to seal the deal, yet to die, as they have a very convincing start here on Vertigo, 4-0.
The question is, when does that mentality game that we heard be a weakness for Eternal Fire come into play? Because sure, yeah, you start strong, you're feeling good, even Mirage, you pick yourself up, but if you're going down and you look out of this final at the beginning of Vertigo, when does the emotion start to take the better of you? When do cracks start to show in this team?
Well, some silver lining here. That's maximum loss bonus now, at least, for Eternal Fire. So there'll be at least a partial buy here. That's $3,400 per player into this round, but not much more than maybe Tech-9 armor, maybe Galil too. But they'll take the tactical time out for now. This isn't the start they were looking for, but they are on the T side. It's a map we haven't seen them play this tournament so far. It's looked a little stale up until this point. What have they got up their sleeve here for round number 5? So as mentioned, just a few upgraded pistols, certainly a partial buy, really focusing on the utility here. So expect a set piece. If you can get that bomb down, with the Tech-9s you have the ability to push the smokes, to run and gun. Now if that weapon can be enabled, it can be very powerful and overwhelming. That's a lovely little smoke.
Keeps on falling. I think you see it on the mini-map too.
Oh yeah, you can.
It's a good lineup for you all to learn that one.
It just bloomed.
Yep, there we go. I've never seen that one before.
No.
Scenario, a strong position to quad, and given the range, he should be pretty good to take out a couple of these pistols if he's not affected by utility. And well, Molotov does get sent towards him, but he's got the smoke down, but he's out of ammo, and the reload is ill-advised. Imor runs through him with the Tech-9. There is no ammo in that M4, so he continues to take ground with the Tech-9, and now that he's got the generator, he can start to reload. xCloud on the stairway catches Rigon, unsuspecting, and Eternal Fire, they should have found their way through into this bomb site, maybe even their first round, Henry.
Spotting the window of opportunity there, the run and gun method with the Tech-9 yields a couple of frags, but there's no save here. Bad News Eagles fancy it, and they're going to find at least one frag in return, but Xantara, he won't let them get anywhere near the C4. The bomb ticking at some pace now, but finally he is silenced.
Defuse.
2 versus 3, and the defuse is coming in.
It.
They've got to run through. The Tech-9 denies. Is that going to be enough? One player remaining. One flat throw brings it down to the 1 versus 1. The defuse will come through. And there we go. Get back in the game. And indeed, it will be the round in favor of Eternal Fire. A very decent effort, though, I have to say, on the retake there. Could have gone either way. The full defuse and the smoke Woo!
There was a couple of chances there, but
Absolutely.
in the end, Eternal Fire do see it through for their first round. They breached the B bomb site, but the Bad News Eagles kept going for it. But they finally fended off. This is the kill that really gets it going, and more just kept running.
Yeah.
And then this is just focused on the site here. Rigon doesn't read the stair player at all.
Well, that's the sort of round that gets the blood pumping, Dinko.
Certainly does.
They're going to be right back into it now. Money's actually questionable on the CT side. Just a Deagle for Rigon here. Looking to maintain control here if possible. Aggressive, of course, toward that A ramp. Bit of damage inflicted. And more with the sniper as well now. Zantares. He's got one of the most powerful AK-47s on the planet. Works his way towards middle. Going to be boosted up by the looks of things here. As he explores construction. There is an AWP waiting for him. If he gets on this box, guaranteed frag. There it is.
Fantastic work. Just to rip open that first kill. Start to settle into this one, Eternal Fire. They throw some utility in mid, not committing with it. They're going back down the ladder. Once you get that open, it gives you a lot more options, especially with the better weapons.
It's a nice smoke from Zantares towards middle as well. Takes vision away from the elevator room as they go back towards A here, hoping to keep those rotations at bay. Synopsy won't have the information. They're crawling up to the left. This could be challenging. He'll get nothing. Amor takes him down. 5 on 3.
At least he gets some damage.
All remaining CTs are here, though. The flashbang is effective, and the trade comes through. Should be a guaranteed round at this stage.
Yeah, just a lot of solo fights. Not going the way of BNE. 15 seconds, though. If they can delay, if they can run this clock down, if they can deny the plant, Henry, this could be the round. The rifle, they're doubled up together. They can stop it. There's one Quattro. There's the kill. They have to get on the plant right now, and they can. It's all about this fight. Zantares runs around the corner, and there's not enough time, and he goes down after the time.
Oh,
That is a ridiculous round to lose.
That's exactly what we are talking about in the pregame. The amount of advantages they've had in this tournament that they've fumbled due to time, due to spacing. The chaos comes through. Excellent work by Bad News Eagles. But still, that was a 5 on 3. Again, the same scenario that happened yesterday. And they're doing it in the third and final map of the grand final. You saw the frustration of Major there. That is an absolute gut punch. That one stings. It was a locked-in round. They fumble the plant, can't find the kill. Timer expires, and it's all gone wrong. Oh, no.
They look so dejected right now.
That could be it.
And I did ask the question, when does the mental crack start to show? And
oh, man.
this could be the beginning.
There's no way they should have given that up. No way. Bad News Eagles are fired up beyond belief now. They can't believe their luck.
Those are the rounds that can decide grand finals.
Indeed, and they'll force back in response. Sure on the other foot now. We'll see Tech 9s, Mac 10s, 3 AKs. And Synopsy up close and personal. Nice little one-way here. Big round on either side. Whoever takes this one will break the finances of their opposition. Round 7. 5-1 on the CT side. As we slow things right down. Probing towards B once again. We saw Zantares not have the crispy shot we've come to expect from him upon entry before. Can he find it this time? Exactly the same thing, Go.
Oh, he's just charging up. Look how much space he's got. He sees Scenari. Can't get the second he will. And when things go wrong, you can sometimes rely on the Turkish talisman of Zantares to get you right back into it. Immor's dives down to the bottom of the stairs. It's actually Calyx that gets that kill, but it doesn't matter. No difference. Eternal Fire have done it. They bounce back from that.
Yeah, they're right back in this game now. That was a much-needed round, and they'll take the AWP as well. Remember, the finances were limited on both sides. They keep 4 players alive. An amazing resurgence there from Zantares. The initial spray, I thought he missed his opportunity, but as you mentioned, he just bullies his way in towards the bomb. So the second kill was a thing of beauty there. Xcloud watching the rotations. Calyx close things out here. And Amor, he does find the AWP as well. They save nothing. Maybe another pause here as well. You might as well. Do or die time now. Third and final map. So much Counter-Strike for Eternal Fire this week. They can't afford to make more mistakes. Like losing 5 on 3s, locked in rounds. but bouncing back admirably. Now they just need to remain focused and composed. I hope we go the distance here, Dinko.
I think I have a brewing. I feel like we have to, Henry. We've had two maps that haven't gone all 30 between these two teams, and that's usually just the feature we have come to note. And Juan Flatro is going to kick things off on the Deagle.
It is the deadly Deagle of Juan Flatro. Good stuff to open things up. Takes considerable damage and doesn't recover a gun, but he'll fall back. It's partial, but it's actually another full investment. So it's Deagle, armor, smoke, and a single flash. And they have the man advantage, but creeping in towards the A side. It's going to be the trigger now. They'll force the way in, but the flashbang is absolutely brutal. The second kill found for BNE.
Not again. Not another round like this. Up against the weaker guns. Oh, Rigon's got the AK. And it's another headshot. He doesn't close yet, but Amora has to pull them out of the hole, and he's certainly digging. Trying to help them out. And he's run down. He's taking a lot of damage. He's sustained so much. He's down to 3 HP.
The rotation's already come through as well. The Deagle will be ready and waiting. Just needs to land one single shot here. A flashbang to be delivered, but there's almost no... Oh, the flash is perfect! It gives him an opportunity here. If he can find this shot!
No way!
This round is back on!
Imor just needs one more, and he sees exactly where his next target is. Imor goes for it, but so close! Yet so far for Imor!
This is the map that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The Desert Eagles prevail, but Amor with a fantastic effort there. So close, yet so far. One more bullet would have done it. He gets the bomb. He has the advantage. It's this interaction right here. The 5-7 comes out on top. AKs are available as we go 6-2 now. The UMP is out. The FAMAS is there, so you can understand why EF buying straight back into this. Want to steal the momentum back away. They're going towards B once again. This has worked out well for them. Zantares, a powerful unit, leads the charge at the B stairs. Looking to crack things open once again. Here comes the play. Grenades once again. A staple of the Eternal Fire setup these days.
They got it in their toolbox, but they no longer have Zantares, and he is usually the sharpest of them.
Well, this is delivering on all fronts. Exactly what we want to see. In a grand final, the UMP still in the hands of Synopsy here. Rigon, strong position at the top of the A ramp. Looking for anyone creeping through the smoke here. Good flash. Knocks him off his perch.
Rigon climbs back up. And the UMP trying to get involved in some skirmishes towards the bottom of the ladder. No one comes out, worse for wear. 45 seconds. Imor has made his way through short. Is this the space needed to move forward for Eternal Fire? Calyx loses against Rigon. Imor won't though. He'll make up for it. Trades it quite quickly. Bomb plant secured. Now a 3v3. Post plant for Eternal Fire. Looking to push forward to 3 rounds. Eternal Fire starting to come in on the retake, or rather BNE, and xCloud's got himself the kill through the spam when Flatro taken out. Low health on the 2 remaining CTs.
Call it off.
With no utility, there's no shot back in, and they've got to retreat away from this.
Back and forth we go. We did say, after everyone going down in the previous round, yes, they won it, but they were fully invested with those pistols. Taking down everyone. They know the money would be very low, so it's a fantastic response from Eternal Fire, but 2 players will survive here for BNE. Not out of the woods just yet, but they do start to close the gap, 6-3. And this is what this matchup always leads towards. It's always so close. Difficult to string rounds together. As they go back to the drawing board on the BNE side, this double grenade, once again, the preparation we've seen from Eternal Fire. They've got so many nade combos in every single map, it seems, and they always seem to land. They always seem to find a kill with them.
That was the kill from xCloud as well. Yeah, sure, the nade kills at xCloud's wall banks. Everything goes right down for Eternal Fire. They don't even have to see 2 of the opponents they just killed. Well, BNE, we've seen them do a lot with these Deagles. They've got 2 premium rifles and a FAMAS here.
Yeah, no ecos here. 4 spies all round. We wouldn't have it any other way.
This is the kind of game we wanted to see for a third map decider between these two teams.
Gloves are off, Dinko.
All the marbles on the table. Ramp control being taken here for Eternal Fire. They don't have to go anywhere with it just yet. Consolidate control here. Clear out the sandbags. Make sure no swings are coming through. Make sure you got short control. And one-way deployed. Major's going to go around the other side of the smoke. He loses the battle. Oh no. Kills coming in for the BNE side again. They're up a player now, Henry, and there's a player on the flank here. One Flatcher's behind.
They've recovered some rifles. And he's locked the door behind them. They know it as well. They're committed.
They're completely trapped.
They have to go for it on the A side. They're outnumbered, but not outgunned. Smoke's down. Molotov's deployed, trying to find that spam once again, and more. Great utility usage once again.
That's their way back in. And Moore's used that to create space to get the bomb plant. Now it favors Eternal Fire because the bomb is down. There's not a whole lot to play with here for BNE, no utility. As soon as you drop back into ramp, you've got so many angles, you don't really have to peek that often. You have to have good utility for these retakes to work on the CT side. You might even think about saving these two AKs, but they're going for it anyway.
They have defuse kits. They'll need to find quick frags though. They'll touch the bomb, it's not a commitment. Hoping to bait out some terrorists here, and they've done so. But Zantares and Calyx answering back, just one player remains. The hopes and dreams of winning yet another 4 spy start to diminish now.
But he can still do a lot of damage.
Can hold them here.
Zantares as well. Calyx to stay alive. So at least one player stays up, but that is another scary round, but Eternal Fire see it through.
But that was the 4 spy, bear in mind. That should yield 2. Closing the gap further and further here. It's going to be almost a lock-in here. You can't justify really any investment into this next round. Should be the full eco. xCloud watching the rotations like a hawk as he takes down the Eagles. And indeed, just the full eco here. USPs, Deagle, PT50. And a full buy, of course, for Eternal Fire. Should be 6-5. A great start, the 4-0. Just a distant memory now. Round number 11, and they've gone for the full A stack. No presence elsewhere on the map. Hoping it's just a walk up in towards the A bomb site, but I can see Zantares helping himself to B already. He's got on the top of the steps and looks like he wants to confirm the site's open. Obviously doesn't have any information what's on the other side, but he'll find out very quickly that they've pretty much won the round already. It's a job done.
Not a very hard job.
No.
We've had some more difficult ones.
But it does set up the unicorn round, Dinko.
It does. Do you believe in unicorns? I don't think so.
I don't think so. With this sort of retake coming through, it might get a little bit problematic, but well handled so far, only giving up 1 frag. The unicorn is dead.
Yep, they're drinking its blood.
If you're not familiar with the expression, it just means a round of Counter-Strike where no one dies. We like to have some fun around here sometimes, and it happens every now and then, but not this time. Absolutely mauled as they come through the smoke set. They do find 1 kill, but that's about it. But that was the full eco, 6-5, round 12. No AWP for GXX, and no kits either. Bare bones utility. Zantares picking up the pace. No B walk this time. He's full sending towards the A bomb site. Great opening frag once again. Rigon, who's been so strong on this side of the map, removed early, and they'll pump the brakes now. Don't have to fully commit. They've got the man advantage.
Eternal Fire are just looking like a completely different team. Like, I thought their cage would have been fully rattled, but they managed to come back.
Absolutely.
This is great control of the ramp. They haven't really been losing players here at all. So much time to play with. And so much utility. And if they just execute into the site, it forces a retake for BNE, and they, once again, don't have much utility for this. So if it's just a clean execute, I favor Eternal Fire just converting this.
Nice smoke. Flatcher there loses the vision. Trying to use the gap.
That's the only smoke they had as well here on the CT side, and it's completely neutralized.
Yep.
Still taking the time though, Eternal Fire. Still got a few extra smokes available. They can re-execute again. You know, the first execute is just the first wave of utility, baits out all the final pieces from the defense, and now you can go in, and there's not going to be much resistance, and you're going to take them down with the rifles. They got to know that GXX is short, and they do clear him out. They won the round, just on kills.
Yeah, fantastic effort there. Opening kill, courtesy of Xantares, and they play it so well. They don't panic, they don't choke, they don't just run into the bomb site. They slow it right down, provoke reactions, and nail the execution towards the site, losing only one player en route. The fallen Xantares will be remembered for his contributions at the A-ramp.
Absolutely.
It was a noble battle. And that's going to tie things up. 6-6. What a bounce back this is from being 4-0 down. Scenario in towards T-Spawn, but is Calix on his way? He's actually going to be investigating this position. Does he fancy it?
No, not yet. And it looks like Scenario is good to go into the next one. He'll bring his dinosaur gun into the next round.
Yes, indeed.
Bad news, Eagles. Timeout taken here.
Yeah.
They had a lot of mental rounds. They really shouldn't have gone their way, Henry, but now they've stopped going their way. Eternal Fire have taken control of this game, even though the scoreline's even. Eternal Fire in the driver's seat.
Yeah, alarm bells at this stage, considering on the CT side as well. You've had an amazing start, and now everything's falling apart at the seams. Great team effort there. Overwhelming the A-bomb side time and time again. Devil Walk trying to pick the team up here, get their heads back in the game.
Successful in doing so multiple times already in this grand final.
Absolutely.
Never count them out. Both of these teams equally matched. We've seen it so many times. 3 matches in this competition. This is the third. Best of 3 went to Bad News Eagles. The best of 1 as well. This is the time, and this is the only one that really matters. The grand final. Round 13, 6-6. Tied up as Eternal Fire have the better buy here.
Absolutely. They have the saved M4 of Scenario, but pistols otherwise. Back towards B we go. They've had a lot of success here. Usually descending in the danger man Xantares to wreak havoc with his AK-47. You can see that nice reservoir of utility there. Looking to perform a tactical airstrike. They've actually got a B stack here, Dinka. They could be ready for this and then some. Opening kill goes in favor of BNE.
Calix just takes down 2 though. Takes out all the enthusiasm. And sure, you have the nades, but you're going to have to start shifting them over the other way now.
Here we go. Does he do any damage with them? Oh, actually might be quite beneficial.
That's Rigon with the Vertigo with the nades of 3 damage, just softening them up. Maybe something here. It's down to just 1 player left. I don't know how they've done this again, but BNE have put themselves in a position that looks really good. One Flasher has the rifle, and X-Cloud strikes a 1, and another clutch for X-Cloud in this grand final. Oh, BNE, I'm sure, thought they had that one. I did, but X-Cloud surprises me again.
Fair play to Devil Walk as well. He knows that's a heartbreaking round, but he's trying to keep everyone's head in the game, tell them that was a good effort. It was just a partial buy. He made it incredibly close. It's unlucky. They did so well, but X-Cloud, the clutch master here at this event, delivers time and time again some lovely shots of those Desert Eagles, but look at that awareness. Beautiful round as we get into the closing stages of this first half. Round 14. Bear in mind, that was the partial buys. They've got a nice strong setup here with the GXX AWP, which has been missing, and unfortunately, another opening pick for Eternal Fire.
It's Calix again. Great work. One Fluxer can be one of the heaviest lifters for this team, and for him to go out so early in such an important round in this first half, it's another tough pill to swallow, but they're getting used to that now, Bad News Eagles. Eternal Fire don't mind slowing it down once they get this opening. They use the clock as much as they need. They've got so much utility. The CTs have a bit, but not a lot. Retakes would be difficult, so Rigon's really got to frag out here in this corner. They go through, they check him. Synopsy at least gets 1, but Xantares clears out both of the A players, and that's a 4v2 right away. You want to save this, honestly. You can't win this round. Last round of the half coming up. Get the AWP and the M4 into the next, but GXX has made a difference here, Henry.
Yeah, that could be the incision that persuades them to go for this
They're
one.
making the right read too. They're coming back to B, but Calix has got very deep already. Maybe he can cause a few problems here with the rifle.
But he's heard some footsteps as well. Does he want to tell his teammates to fall back? They've got time to do so, but it looks like he's guaranteed a frag here.
Oh, he's got the kill on Scenario. It's just GXX left. AWP retake versus 3 just seems so unlikely, but I don't even know if he gets to save it. That's the problem. The Hunter is on his way. Xantares tracking, just sees a little bit of his prey, and he's on the hunt, but he can't make much noise about this.
Well,
they've sent the other player down, and it's not happening.
You don't want to swing one by one here. Wait until Xantares is in position as well. This is an incredibly important kill. You might guarantee the follow-up round here and win the half. Can they do it? Where is he?
Where has he gone? Guys, surely you tick off the boxes now. There we go. GXX spotted Xantares.
He's looking at his teammate. Have you seen him?
What about you? Invisibility cloak deployed.
Well, there we go. Another fantastic result there for Eternal Fire. They seem to find these opening picks time and time again. We didn't catch it from Calix, but it must have been presented pretty early on, maybe towards B. See if we can have a look at that opening kill. So here it was, yeah, towards B.
Oh, he does that?
Yeah, just through the smoke. The balls are still there. Fair play. Xantares is a double spray down, looking incredibly sharp. Calix contributing after a very difficult second map from only 8 kills on Mirage.
Yeah.
And final round here, Dinka, not the most convincing setup. SMGs, Thermai, and an M4.
And more. He's under a lot of pressure here. Flash goes in. That's the perfect move. That's got them the first kill here at Bad News Eagles. They will not be losing the first player this time.
Trying to deny the recovery of the AK-47. They throw the Molotov on the gun. They know that's valuable. You can throw it down the elevator shaft if you fancy.
Rigon just jump spotting. Now has seen Xantares. He goes again. Has he seen him? Yes, he has confirmed now. So he's going to run back. This is interesting. Rigon's going to be staying up on top. Good position.
Wow.
MP9. Rapid headshot.
They need this round. And Rigon's doing everything he can to drag them over the finish line here. Round 15. And a 5-on-3. They can't afford to give this one up, but he fancies another go at it. Spots the head.
How is he getting away with this? Another one on the MP9. The little gun. But all the kills. And Xantares now left in a 1 versus 3.
Let him cook, Dinko.
He's a pretty good chef. He's whipped us up some great meals already in this tournament, but Synopsy, he's had enough. What a half of Counter-Strike between these two teams in this grand final. It's so hard to call where this one's going. It's a 50-50.
Well, we split it right down the middle once again. It was a 4-0 start with the Bad News Eagles. They were looking fantastic. Felt like a foregone conclusion at times. It took a while for Eternal Fire to get into this third map, but my God, did they ever arrive in style. Fantastic work. Great executions. Powerful grenades. And epic clutches. xFlout delivering one of the best. And we'll see Eternal Fire with a slight lead going into the second half as they swap over to the CT side now. Final half of the tournament. Buckle up. This one is going to have some fireworks.
Eternal Fire started slow but got back into it. Bad News Eagles showed great individual prowess in some ridiculous moments. They've used up a lot of timeouts, remember, in this first half, both of these teams. So if it does get close, which it will, Henry, there's going to be a couple of issues in terms of using those timeouts, allowing the coach to have their say. It's going to be on the players here. The end of the trilogy. Here in Malta, Eternal Fire versus Bad News Eagles, second half of the grand final. The final map kicking off.
Here we go then. The pistol rounds are always so exciting between these two teams, especially when the gunslinger Amor is there with his Julies. It's a straight up B rush. Let's get it on.
Right in. One Quattro looks to quad, but it's Calix and xFlout with the first two. Eternal Fire are finding every single kill, and Synopsy is left just picking up the scraps. But it's a round for the Turkish team, and they start the second half strong.
A straight up B rush there. You don't see many of those on Vertigo. And it's completely shut down there. They didn't stand a chance. They didn't get close. Calix and co mowing them down one by one. A simple procedure. And the Julies for good measure. You have to get at least one. So no bomb planted. You would assume a full eco here as Eternal Fire hunt for double digits. They will invest very little. Just rig on with the Desert Eagle. Full eco otherwise. And this time rushing middle. Hoping to find a gap, but they're going to find an MP9 and a face full of bullets now. Major, he gets the call, rotates, and so far so good.
Wow.
Get it out the way, lads. That's fine.
Yeah, keep it clean, keep it quick. And now we get into the real rounds. Double figures, first reach by Eternal Fire. Devil Walk having another say here. And more very vocal in communication with his in-game leader of Major. Another timeout taken for Bad News Eagles, using them early.
Temperament shifting over there in the BNE camp. Yeah, there is tension. The body language is completely different now. Very static.
Just think about how much it means to a team in a tournament with a prize pool of 100K. You're in a final. This is a team without an organization. This is a team that live off the sticker money and small investments throughout the year. They play with passion. They don't have the same resources as every other team out there. And to make it to a grand final and time again beat these teams of orgs backing them with extra resources. Just think of the teams they've beat through this. You know, there's teams like Spirit and Enst that are in this competition. They're not there. This is a Bad News Eagle Eternal Fire final, and the AKs are out for the T side.
Very important round, of course. Antares and Major not messing around. An opening kill right at the start of the round, but it will be answered back in kind. Synopsy will find the point man, Antares. Damage inflicted on either side, and they might just help themselves towards the A bomb site here. Up the ramp already. That is brave as you like. And it will be punished, and more picks up an easy frag there towards Synopsy.
This isn't the start Bad News Eagles would have talked about in that timeout to the round, but they have got the bomb down here.
Good plan.
Will they be able to secure the whole bag, though? Will they be able to secure this round win? Eternal Fire still heaps of utility, buckets of it. Sure, some weaker weapons, but some time and utility can go a long way. Rigon's angle should be good for at least one here.
You'd think so. Misses the first shot, and he is absolutely punished for it.
He sent off the side of the skyscraper, and this could be a free fall. The stick to the defuse stopped by Scenari. And so close. Eternal Fire can't get it done, and Bad News Eagles hold on. That is an incredibly important round in this final.
It looked like it was falling apart there. The boosted position fails them, but the spam through the smoke certainly does not. You're absolutely dead on. They desperately needed this round. It works out for them, but it wasn't easy at all. Look at this contribution from Scenari. Finds the diffuser and absolutely clothesline Calyx to close the round there. And we have round number 19. There is a buy available for Eternal Fire. Aggressive, of course.
Yeah, of course, always. It's the Bad News Eagles way. They've thrown the gap smoke out. Trying to get up quickly and get that short control. Get the top ramp going their way. Antares with a good nade. Bounces it off the crane. Significant damage really done to the T's in terms of dropping them below three-quarter mark, but Antares is going to finish off with a quick boost. That was lovely.
They've had excellent preparation for this tournament. I'm thoroughly impressed. I have not said that about their former rosters and lineups. They've always just been known as heavy fraggers. They don't seem to have this sort of mentality before.
But look at all these different moves on different maps. Look at how many times we've seen them on a different map in this tournament, and they've still had nade stacks. They've had little boosts. It's been great from Eternal Fire.
Yeah, this is very impressive. They've been in the lab, let me tell you.
Working hard. And more sent around the corner, but it's not to work out. Unfortunately, they're giving kills on over to the Bad News Eagles, who will take it and get themselves back into this. Calyx re-entering from the elevator. Flash goes forward, one player out of commission with that bomb plant, but no longer. And Calyx uses the smoke deployed by the Bad News Eagles to separate this into a 1-versus-1 fight. And does he read it? Right below him. His next victim is right below him. And Juan Flatro is just looking to stay alive, but they've lost each other, and Calyx can't do it. Juan Flatro pulls it through. Headset off for the Bad News Eagles. Some mic problems, surely. We'll get him back into this. We'll get the headset back on the head of Juan Flatro. I think we're going to have a little tech problem here for just a moment. What a round. Juan Flatro thought he had lost it. I thought he had just lost Calyx in the smoke. Calyx had the position. I'm sure Calyx is kicking himself about that one, and look at the faces of these Eternal Fire players. They know how much that round can affect the rest of this game. They were so close. Tension starting to build. for both teams. They know the grand final is only coming down to minute moments throughout the rest of this. Micro details, individual plays. That's where leaders like Juan Flatcher can step up individually on the server, and now he's communicating with his team too.
Hi, Dinko.
Welcome back, Henry.
I just stepped away for a second.
I think Juan Flatcher's mic actually managed to
I got
work
so
with
excited with that outcome. I jumped up out of my chair and I must have detached the cable or something. That's how passionate I am about this grand final. I'm putting it all on the line, and a full eco for Eternal Fire as we look to tie things up. We wouldn't have it any other way in the third and final map. And that is an epic way to kick things off there. Antares, he doesn't want this round to be a gimme. Oh, a chance there. Significant damage output. Scenario down to 34. But they will reclaim an equal situation. AK-47 for Antares, however. They have a single smoke. But still a massive advantage, of course, for BNE.
Here comes Antares. The AK surely to die here. GXX has him locked in. Synopsy, he's just playing with his food now. Walking behind Major. Mac-10 to the head. Major turns around. I'm sure he got a little bit of a jump scare there. 10 to 10. We're all tied up in this grand final.
Just a few rounds away. This is where things will become unbelievably tense. Antares pulling off the flashy maneuvers. Wasn't quite enough in the end, but still. We know the guns are out next. Couldn't be closer.
And those 1v1s, they might just come back to haunt one of these sides tonight. Rigon sends the Molotov up short. Synopsy charging quickly up over the top of the initial sandbags, but now forced back behind the smoke screen again. They haven't quite got the control of the ramp they wanted here for the Bad News Eagles after investing some utility into getting it too. I think Eternal Fire will be pretty happy about how this has gone. The A ramp has been pivotal in this game so far, and the more he might just deliver. The FAMAS are not ready for him. He only gets one. Probably frustrated with himself. Probably would have wanted a little bit more, but he's happy with just one. He'll have to be. Antares takes up the sandbags.
Oh, he's caught off guard.
Oh, not the best position there. And his teammate caught in the open too. These are the kind of moments that can all come crashing down. It's just Calyx left, and he is nowhere near the action. He can't do anything about it. And it's Bad News Eagles heading into the lead.
Well, it was Rigon who had that epic start on the CT side here on Vertigo, then started to drop off a little bit, but wow, what a resurgence that is. Pixel perfect precision with the AK-47, completely decimates his opposition. And you're right, just Calyx remains now. Not for long though, great round to take the lead, 11 to 10. Momentum on their side, money shattered for the CTs. And they know what that means. This could be a tactical timeout, maybe even for both sides, considering it's such a crucial moment now in this third and final map of the grand final. Here's the play from Rigon. This was a thing of beauty. Great shots, very composed and very assertive. Major will invest the MP9. We have ourselves a partial buy here. Pistols, Kevlar, and a defuse kit. That's a very important note. They're in this one to win it.
We've seen these kind of rounds come close many times already. In fact, we've seen some of them be won on this very map. Bad News Eagles attack the ramp. Major is the first player to get a kill, and he's going again. Let off the leash. Synopsy gets a double, but Antares' swing around the corner with a 5-7 is good.
It's uncomfortable right now. 3 on 3. Oh, and the patience of GXX takes down Antares. They're trying to recover the weapon if possible. And now this round feels like it's closing for EF. Sure, they have the defuse kit, but I don't think they'll even get near to that. Juan Flatcher trying to gather information here. Gets more than he bargained for, though.
Gets more than information. Gets Calyx. Just X-Cloud. It's about to be a rainy cloud over the side of Eternal Fire. Bad News Eagles extend their lead to 2. They're 4 rounds away now from closing this competition and crowning themselves champions in Malta. We know it doesn't work like that, Henry. You don't just get those 4 rounds.
You certainly don't. It's not going to be that easy, I'm afraid. It never is. Finding that 16th round, incredibly difficult. But this one is locked in. 12 will be guaranteed. xFloud hoping to cause a bit of a dent here towards the end, maybe find an exit. No, he wouldn't.
He's got the kit. He's got the kit. You said that was an important note. You said that was an important note. He's got cover. He can get on it. No, not like this. Not in the grand final. xFloud sticks to the defuse. And he's done it. Oh my God. You said to look at the kit, Henry.
Unbelievable. The perfect plan, the perfect scenario, and he pulls it off. 3 versus 1, Ninja defuse in the grand final. It looked like he didn't have a shot of doing anything in the round. And it's that decision to buy the defuse kit that completely ruptures Bad News Eagles. Oh my days. And they'll take a tactical timeout. Eternal Fire have called it to let them stew over what just happened.
I can't believe that has just happened in the grand final. That is an unbelievable round to concede. The plant behind the box gives him enough cover. He doesn't have a smoke, he just has a kit. And a $400 purchase could decide this match, this whole tournament.
What an absolute nightmare. Everything was going so well. There were no mistakes in this half. Yeah, everything was looking good. And now they find themselves giving it up to just a pistol, a full defuse, right at the closing moments of the tournament here. That is unbelievable. What a moment. 11-11. Make a wish, Bad News Eagles. You got to bounce back now.
Synopsy with speed, trying to answer back as quickly as he can to shake this off. It's not easy to do. And the ramifications could be so great. But Synopsy has led by example so many times before in this grand final. This has been one of his quieter maps. xFloud starts it off with a kill, a second, and there's just nothing you can do. 3 kills, quick succession, another nade kill for Eternal Fire.
The tactical airstrike finds multiple targets. Huge damage inflicted, but Rigon, he is fighting back. A strong Molotov throw has enabled them at least a feasible scenario here. 4 versus 2, but they have no further utility. GXX down to 36 points of health. They have a minute to work with. Smoke goes down towards elevator. That was the last of the utility, recovering the Molotov. And they have to find kills here. Rigon with the bomb. This is a brave maneuver, but he pulls it off.
How's he done that? The Swissman neutralizes Imor. And now we have a 2 versus 3. 35 seconds. Bomb plant not yet gone for. Rigon will fake the plant, tries to bait out the utility, and smart decision. He is so low, he can't survive inside of the util. Now he'll go back. He has to commit this time, but he actually taps. He wants another kill. That smoke's fading away. Rigon's blinded, gets caught. No bomb plant. There's the second kill. And Eternal Fire win the round.
What a round it was. 2 in a row now for Eternal Fire. They are looking incredibly strong. Everyone's stepping up in these crucial moments. xFloud, huge damage here with the M4A4. Mowing them down, the grenades connecting. And the round denied. They take the lead now. And they'll take another tactical pause. Money's still quite strong on the BNE side as we get a chance to catch our breath. This one's delivering now in the closing stages. This is what we wanted to see from the grand final.
This has everything a grand final needs. Clutches, ninja diffuses, back and forth.
I haven't seen one of those in years.
Wins. I haven't seen a ninja diffuse in a very, very long time.
And it was the perfect plan as well. It was behind the tall boxes, right?
Everything lined up.
He had perfect cover. They couldn't stop him even they thought about it. Unbelievable.
If they go on to win this game, that's going to be the talking point of this grand final. It just has to be.
Dude, it's already front page of Reddit. You can feel it already. Oh my God.
Well, still buys for both teams. Still the purchases available. But this is the rounds that just decide this, really. The buy rounds. this late in the game. 12-11, Eternal Fire with a marginal lead.
We're back into the action. No rushes this time. We'll see a boost come through, but we'll be dismantled, thinking better of it. Slow and controlled so far. Full buys on either side. The GXX AWP is out. And looking to boost towards middle. Zantares, this is his position. He gave him this treatment in the first half. He should be aware of the possibility. And will he nail the flick? I would say probably.
It is Zantares after all.
What a beast.
Well, instead of going for the flick, decided to climb up construction and go for the fight. Over the top, the analog way. He'll run down the ladder here. Come on, Flatro. 45 seconds left of this round. There's a fight going on in this A bomb site. Rigon charging up. And he's going to commit to the top of the boxes and lose his life to Zantares. Luckily, GXX comes in with a pick. This is a commitment of all 4 players into the A site. Final 30 seconds for BNE. Ceneri with the headshot on Major. He's taking down the in-game leader on the other side of things, and they're going for the bomb plant. And more, not seeing much. Waiting on his teammates to get close, piecing together what utility they have left, but they might not have any resources left at all because Juan Flatro is mining them for everything they've got left. And Amor comes through the smoke. There's another kill for him. Could this be nuclear from Amor? Nearly lines up one, but it's Calyx still alive. Ceneri swings, and another massive round for Ceneri in this grand final. Everybody is having their moments.
It is a chef kiss moment there for Ceneri, a must-win round. It comes down to the wire once again. Opportunities for both teams to close that round out, but he's delivering on all fronts. The AK-47 connecting time and time again. Holding strong here with the bomb planted. Ceneri had to find Calyx, and he delivers on all fronts. Shut down the finances, as we'll just see USPs and a couple of P250s brought into round number 25 here. Looking to take the lead. Bad News Eagles are back on their feet. So with 3 flashbangs, no defuse kit this time. Eternal Fire. Let's wait for the next opportunity.
Yeah, it's good to see them going for the conservative approach because we've seen what they're able to do, but I'm surprised they haven't bought a kit, Henry. Surprised they haven't gone for the kit. We've seen what they could do with that small purchase, but just the pistols. We've seen them do a lot with these two. Synopsy, he's just going to hold, lets the CTs come to him. Rigon, always forcing the issue. This is his play style to search for these picks, and he's got so much space in the bomb site. Go through, try and get around the other side of the generator. Here come the players on the CT side just lining up. Easy kills for Bad News Eagles. They dispatch the half-buy.
This one has been one of my absolute favorite maps of the tournament so far.
It's been my favorite, Henry. It's had everything you want.
Oh, it's been so entertaining.
Starters, main course.
Well, the dessert is up next. Great round from Bad News Eagles. Never a moment you thought they were going to lose that one. Rifles across the board for both teams. No snipers here. Round number 26. Getting to crescendo now. Had a long week for Eternal Fire. Played so well in this grand final. On the CT side, the full buy. We'll see what they can make of it. Amor waits patiently towards shore here. Calyx posted up in B, and he might be tested once again. Currently sat on 19 frags. Very strong performance. And they're going to go towards B. Trying to show presence by throwing windows from the ladder room.
Here come Eternal Fire. They're starting to send some reinforcements over towards this B side to help out Calyx. Is he going to be strong enough to be the first pillar of defense? The foundations of this B hold. Calyx will get one. Now it's xCloud's turn, and he's had some massive moments.
Yeah, he really has.
They're not committing to this, though, just yet. They're starting to draw back with that bomb. They have some options left for 50 seconds. Perhaps A is the correct call. Rigon at the front. The Swissman looking for the holes. And the defense.
Oh,
no. He looks away. The timing.
Oh, no.
That's a little detail that could cost him big. Moving forward, and more swings out. Another kill for the CT side.
look how low the HP is. I think that's done. They have to retreat. They can't justify going for this one anymore. And he didn't trust that the sandbags were clear. Turns around for a split second, the worst possible moment, and down he goes, and his teammates just don't have the HP to justify even attempting this one. Round locked in, 5 seconds remaining. Looks like they will survive, but they'll hold on to just 8Ks. They won't get any further cash, but fortunately their reserves are quite high. But we tie things up once again, trying to stay composed. Not the end of the world here for Bad News Eagles. Cash is there. The Calyx once again stepping up, funneling them back towards the A site. Amor doing everything here. Great movement. Locking down short with this smoke. Finds the double kill. And we've got the GXX Orb. They are starting to run low on cash now. Round 27.
13. We've been here before between these two teams. Every round is needed. And every map in the grand final has to be played. Synopsy, in the midst of the smokes and the ramp, as he often is. It's either him or Rigon. Multiple players can make these moves. A lot of control given to BNE here. They're happy to play with it. Sitting back, Eternal Fire don't really care to fight.
Yeah, giving them the space.
Trying to slow it down at least.
Yeah, trying to disallow access towards short, but they have full control of the A round. Execution likely here. Trying to cause damage with the wall bangs and see if they can provoke further utility. Flash is being delivered. Everyone now from Bad News Eagles on this side of the map. They'll pull the trigger momentarily.
Oh, great kill from Rigon. He really does pull that trigger to devastating effect. The opening kill now to BNE to try and tip the scale once more in their favor. Take the lead by a small margin, but there's still so many players here for Eternal Fire. A gap, but Rigon just runs right through it. And he tears through Xantares. The plant's starting to come in, but xCloud has found a kill back. And that's important. It keeps them in this slightly.
Getting that bomb down with 2 HP was a scary task, but they've pulled it off now. They start to retreat, peel away from the bomb site, as they know they have a huge advantage, but it will be Synopsy to make up for the missed orb shot.
Yeah, Synopsy's keeping Bad News Eagles ahead here. Another kill for Synopsy. It is just Major left. And he'll try his best, but he cannot do it. And once again, Bad News Eagles head back into the lead.
Back and forth we go. A huge round to pick up. Xantares doesn't look happy about it. Some bickering going on. Questioning how they lost so many players early on. Is that gap. That was exploited. Great shots of Synopsy. He's had an amazing grand final. And maybe another tactical timeout now. You're going to use them pretty much every round of this stage. So much on the line.
If you've got enough left. This is starting to get... Well, it's been tense the whole time, but now we're getting into you can't make any mistakes territory. There's not a lot of rounds left to play with here. You lose one here in Eternal Fire, you mess up. It's going to be looking like map point, series point, possibly even the championship going the other way. And both teams in this tournament have been known to get loud, but this isn't the kind of round for that.
Oh, it has to be the partial
They're
buy.
conceding, they're playing for overtime. That's what they've decided here, Henry.
Is there a kit, though? There's not. So yeah, not necessarily with a trick up their sleeve. Maybe a boost or two. They've got just a single HE, so yeah, there'll be no trickery here. We'll see if Synopsy can open things up. He's got the set piece to try and enable control perfectly, throwing Molotov. And the response!
That's like a key mistake. You just throw a Molotov, but you don't watch it, but he still gets the kill. Luckily trades it 1 for 1.
Here we go then. Do they commit towards its A site? xCloud waiting with the pistol, trying to avoid the grenades. Just double checking it's not a stack towards the sandbag still. Re-Molotov it. Same towards boost. And bear in mind, no kits, no real firepower.
Look at this pack of players ready to pounce out of the elevator though.
With a flash.
Major's gonna set them up.
Yeah.
They're not gonna try and let this bomb go down. They're gonna try and swarm them.
Here he comes, he's got the pin pulled. And off it goes.
Well,
Swing.
This could be the timing to work, but GXX has a good position but misses the shot. Luckily, the 2 kills come in from the T's.
Bomb
but
down.
Calyx has got a double. The bomb is loose, but there's still loads of time. And Rigon is going to plant that bomb on default. 2 versus 2.
They have to get their skates on here.
You said no kit. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a feature here. Smoke goes onto the bomb, though, or rather a decoy bouncing across the floor. It decoyed me, and we've got GXX staying towards the sandbags, and Riggin can't control the spray. It's down to a 1 versus 1. Calyx is so low on health, but so is GXX. They've both gone to the pistols. Calyx now has an AK-47, but you said the time is a factor. He taps, he tries to pull GXX into the open. The timing to look away, he sees him, but there's just not enough time to win the round. And Bad News Eagles, they celebrate as they head to tournament point.
They absolutely do. It got a bit dicey there. A nice maneuver with the flashbang coming in from elevators. The wide swing. It wasn't quite enough. It comes down to the 1 versus 1. The Bad News Eagles, you're absolutely right. Championship point found. One more will do it. But it was the partial buy. Bear in mind, there is enough resources going forward to find 2 rounds. It has to be a perfect game from this stage on. No AWP for more. He's barely had it in the second half. Hasn't necessarily required it, but it would have been a nice luxury. And this is where it could all come crashing down for Eternal Fire. Big grenade to kick things off. They're Rigon taking a lot of damage here. Flashbangs being thrown over. Another grenade. Wow! Huge. Look how low they are as they try and creep their way in towards the B-bomb site.
Soaked up so much of the damage, but they haven't been taken out yet. All 5 players still remain on either side. Riggin starts to bring those numbers down, cutting through 1. Major trades back, and the pack of Bad News Eagles players still continues to move forward. They hunt as a group. And the swing from Major set up into the play. He's got himself a double. Only a bullet left and a headshot lands. And Synopsy, he's alone. A 1 versus 4 to win this championship alone. Otherwise, we need all the rounds. And what else would we want in this competition? Synopsy hits the headshot. Eternal Fire decided to play for overtime, and they have that chance now. It's not done yet. Round 30 needed in this grand final.
Well, we talked about the preparation and the utility usage from Eternal Fire. They keep turning up round after round, bombarding their opponents with HE grenades. 200 plus damage out at the B steps, and it's enough. Major, the in-game leader, swings into action, mows them down. Look at all the assists. And it's a very convincing round, and they might have done enough to take us to overtime. The overall buy is looking weak. They've opted for a GXX AWP instead of having firepower with his fellow teammates here. 3 pistols, AK-47, as we get into round number 30.
The most likely outcome is bonus rounds. More rounds of Counter-Strike is what we are expected to see with these purchases. But Bad News Eagles, they have proven time and time again they can battle against the odds. It's pretty much their story. And they go for the boost over the top, but Calyx reacts. It's the first kill for Eternal Fire, a step closer to overtime.
So what is the next move? It's not looking good. The overall complexion of the round is quite grim for Bad News Eagles. They've got a smoke, a single smoke, and a couple of flashbangs. The AWP is out and about, but time ticking away now. Sub 1 minute. Difficult to really get that bomb down.
Oh, the double setup in towards the sandbags. This could be a play that works out perfectly for them.
That's a good call with no Molotov as well. They can't be flushed out.
Oh, this could be massive. This could be the overtime play. This could be the key to unlock more rounds of Counter-Strike in this grand final, and Amor goes out. He batters the first. GXX hits the deck, and Amor just gets the lineup. Finally, he's taken out, but he doesn't read Antares, still being in that same position. And we have got overtime in the grand final in Malta.
Oh, you can see what it means to them. The headset comes flying off for Amor. The full reset comes through. We're going to overtime, and the third and final map here in the grand final with it all on the line. The 15-13 lead eradicated. Fantastic work from Eternal Fire. They hold their nerve. They keep their composure. And it's a full reset as they remain on the CT side now.
The call to go for the conservative play a few rounds ago and not buy Henry was a massive one.
Absolutely.
And they actually make it happen.
And we're talking about the preparation. Look at all these different setups. The double stack towards the sandbags with no Molotov available. It's the perfect play, and they get absolutely destroyed upon arrival. Overtime indeed. We wouldn't have it any other way. taking a chance to catch our breath. What an epic conclusion to the tournament we are witnessing right now. This is how it's supposed to go, Dinko. Each team takes their map pick convincingly, and then we have a barn burner of a close-up.
This could be a better trilogy than many movies out there. 3 times they've played in this competition, but none as good as this one. Their coaches have some of their final says as they send their teams back into battle. This time, overtime, money not a factor, purchases both in for both teams, everything you could want. And it's a quick take towards ramp here. GXX posts up with the AWP.
Just to note, even with the overtime cash and more ops with the rifle, he's been playing incredibly well. And he holds towards shore. Oh, does he ever? Through the smoke.
I'm glad he cleaned those glasses in the break, because he's seen something I didn't.
My lord. He is going to town right now, 24 kills. And they are looking active as well. They're not sitting back this round. Might even force a rotation. They might send a couple of players back towards B, feeling that they have full control of the situation. And indeed, Bad News Eagles will have the same idea. No rotations from the CTs just yet. They might try and claim the A ramp itself. There's the flash, and indeed, they'll try and get some intel here. 2 players at the bottom.
Eternal Fire playing with confidence. They're just loose and free. They're able to do whatever they want. They feel confident to swing. They feel confident to go in with a flash. That's been working for them. Bad News Eagles a little cagey at the moment. This time they got the Molotov. They will force Antares out and he won't get a kill.
There we go. They found the remedy. And now that will be the cue to make their way towards the A side, but Amor has been a real obstacle for them time and time again. He needs multiple frags here as the backup arrives in the form of Major, but they're going back. The bomb is hightailed it towards the B bomb site. It's a perfect call, but this kill is very important. Rigon is ready and takes down the in-game leader.
Massive kill for Rigon. Can he get any more? Well, it doesn't really matter if he can hold him at bay. And it's Calyx that has removed Sceneri. And the bomb is down. 10 seconds. No. It's on the ground. They can't get to it. Xla covers off and Rigon's died to himself. What? GXX falls off the top of construction. I'm not quite sure how Rigon died, but he did it himself.
Another disastrous finish there. It was a cool idea, feeling like you'd been overwhelmed at the A bomb site, but time was of the essence. They had to sprint in toward the bomb site. This is where it all started, a kill through the smoke for Amor. As Antares flushed out, they get themselves back in the round, and this is where the rotation came through. They're sprinting in towards B. They find the kills upon entry, but time, he jumped from T-spawn. Oh, in the heat of the moment.
You don't like to see that one.
You have to jump in the blue bin, and he goes straight down in craters. You don't see many of those.
Blue bin or it's a sin.
Good Lord. 1-0 for Eternal Fire, and I dare say, that looked pretty good for BNE.
Snopsy tickled by the fire. Rigon as well. He's taking damage. Antares, he actually has the cojones to play sandbags again. How many times is he going to get away with that? Sceneri blinded through the smoke. Amor is being toppled, but Antares gets another chance. Finally, they put him in the ground.
Here we go then. An even keel. 3-on-3. Incendiaries available on the CT side. Molotovs for the Ts. Looks like they will continue with this commitment towards the A side. And Xflow playing on the front foot, wants to open things up. His teammate will beat into the punch. They found the bomb, a 3 versus 1, and they're dominating this round. They go 2-0 up, and they'll enter the 3rd and final round as the favorites. Money will become a little bit of an issue here with $12,500. And you can see starting to deflate over there on the BNE side. This one starting to fall out of their grasp. Major, what a play as well. You said it, they look assertive and confident right now. And they're shutting it down before the play even happens. No tactical timeout taken, the final round of this first half. Trying to fire them up.
Antares. It's a different position for him. He finds similar impact as Major. Oh, he's just been an absolute monster in this grand final. Recently, over the last few rounds, has delivered heavy impact. The big reason why we're even here in overtime to begin with. Eternal Fire up a player, pushing forward to tournament point. 4 more kills to convert upon. They'll be 1 round away.
Wow. That advantage didn't last for long. Rigon has done something spectacular. Gets himself towards construction. He gets the triple. Make it a quad. 4 versus 1 now. He can't close it. But that should be the round guaranteed. More left as he is removed from the final round of the half. Wow, how did Rigon get away with that?
They all just lined up. It was ridiculous. He gets himself into construction. He's just spinning in circles, killing everybody that comes in his path. Here's the first, the second. Lines up beautifully, and then this double kill towards the elevator. That transfer is pure filth. Wow, Rigon is incredible right now, and considering how we started this grand final, his great mental fortitude to find his way back.
Well, they got the opening pick there. Eternal Fire funneled them in towards the B bomb side, but Rigon, he found a gap, gets himself to construction, and just unleashes hell. Tactical timeout as we enter the second half. Overtime, 17-16. One more for EF to find championship point, but they're now on the T side.
They sure are. They struggled a few times on this half.
It was looking so good, but you're never going to be given that 3-0. They're going to make you work for it, and Rigon snatches it away. Deep breath.
I guess that defense had more holes than Swiss cheese, and Rigon's master of that. Gets in behind them. 16-17. Still anybody's game here in this grand final. Just full focus to see this one through. Second half gets underway. Eternal Fire will get to see what their attacking side looks like. BNE on the defense.
What's the call from Major? If he can find this first round, it'll give them 2 opportunities to close the tournament. B execution looking likely off the get-go. We haven't seen many of them from the EF side. They've gone for a lot of contact plays with Xantaras, but never the full bombardment of smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs. So what's the approach? Smoke's getting lined up and ready, so it will be the full set piece. Here we go.
More charging at the front of the pack, comes in, sees the generator player, but it's Seneri who's won that first fight. It's Bad News Eagles edging out at the moment, and Major goes towards the back of the site. No kill yet for Major, but he will eventually pull it back and nearly doubles up. Seneri is so strong in the site right now, but it's still too much to handle. We're even on players. And Calyx gets in the smoke. Is a play like this? Is this the X Factor? He lines them up! The Calyx Factor! That's what it's all about! And he goes for the third, but Seneri's still standing! He's on for the ace! He's ready for all 5! And X-Floud has won some clutches in this tournament, but this would matter the most.
He's gone for the AWP, Dinko.
This is wild. X-Floud has so much health. Seneri, all 5 kills, possibly. Throws the smoke out to the bomb, the timing, he's so low on health, just 1 bullet, and X-Floud wins the 1v1. Seneri does everything he can, but X-Floud brings them to tournament point.
They've pulled it right back. They were looking down the barrel of a 15-13 deficit. They bring us to overtime, and they're the ones to post tournament point first. Calyx, a godlike play, the push up to the generators and the double kill. It comes right down to the wire, as you might expect. And now, Bad News Eagles will need 2 perfect rounds to take us to double overtime. First shots are exchanged, no damage inflicted. Is this where it all comes crashing down? Eternal Fire have had to work so hard this week, dozens of maps in multiple tournaments, all leading to this moment.
Rigon crosses just at the right time. A second later, he would have been caught in the open, but they chased him. Major's seen the gap, and he seizes it.
4 more kills. That's all it will take, and the trophy is theirs. Can they hold their nerve? Spotting one, and more is gifted. Yet another headshot. Can he double down? Looking for all 3. 1 more kill will do it.
Just GXX. The AWPer unable to clutch it in the last round, but maybe he's got something here. He hasn't been able to pull off many rounds in this competition in the clutch, but we'll see if he's able to get one. This would mean everything to keep his team in it once more. X-Floud, Major, and Calyx. A 1 versus 3. or it's Eternal Fire. And take the championship. They've eluded him. They found the gap. They're on the other side of the map. They lock in the bomb plant, and GXX is on his way back, making a trip that might be his final destination. And Bad News Eagle's final destination in this game. He's worried about a flank, and there is one coming. It's xFloud that might have the honors of closing this one and cutting the ribbon of celebrations that will unfold for Eternal Fire. GXX in the sight, xFloud on him, Defuse being stuck, but surely they won't let it happen, and they won't. xFloud pulls it off, and it's Eternal Fire that complete their marathon. Counter-Strike every day, multiple matches, and they are the champions in Malta.
Deserving champions indeed. An epic grand final. They've been pushed to the very limits here by Bad News Eagles, and it delivered on all fronts. This wasn't a story of individual skill. They had the preparation.